Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tim. This is New Craft Workshop. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, we got a little bit of a different video for you today. So normally we focus here on our channel on beginner to intermediate woodworking projects where we teach you guys how to build some really simple shop projects with 3 tools or less in our beginners series. And our intermediate series, we step it up and we use all of the tools out in our shop to make a little bit higher elevated woodworking items. That being said, today is going to be a little bit different video. About 7 months ago, when I first started this channel, I had no idea the growth we would encounter and the collaboration that would be offered to us in that process. Now, I've been extremely picky about who I've collaborated with. And I think if you guys have watched my channel before, you know that the only other company I have done anything similar to this on is Basecamp Masks because I really believe in their product. I've turned down tons, probably 12 to 14
That's a lot.
requests to collaborate, but I decided to bring on a laser into our shop.
Laser.
Now, I don't like using automated stuff for my day-to-days, but I do think that there is a place in our shop for something like this. So I was approached by 2 companies, 2 different manufacturers, and needless to say, the other one has been returned, and we are going to integrate XTOOL. This is the model S1. This is a diode laser, and we're going to integrate this into our shop. Again, this is not something I'm going to use daily for mass production. If you're not familiar with lasers, your most common two for your workshop size, medium to small size shops like we are, is going to be a diode laser or a CO2 laser. Now, a diode laser has its benefits, CO2 has its benefits, and I'm not going to get into all the technical specs today for you. I am simply going to tell you what I like and what I don't like so far about this particular unit. We're going to keep this video short and sweet. As you noticed at the beginning, I'm not showing you an unboxing of this because it was packaged extremely well, just like you would expect a laser to be packaged when delivered to your door. Installation process was an absolute breeze. The owner's manual, the operations manual, the instructions, everything is top notch. Very detailed, laid out step by step, and it also includes photos to help you along the way, making sure that you're doing exactly what you should do in the order that you're doing it. Now, the kit that I received here does have a riser base, which is going to allow us to cut thicker material than your standard tray that comes in here. This particular unit, I also received the honeycomb, which is going to give us a little bit more protection, as well as the honeycomb is going to have some markings on here, which is going to help us when it comes to laying out our material. I also received the rotation assist device, which is what we are going to use when we etch mugs, glasses, cups, stuff like that. Anything that's round, I'll show you guys that here shortly. But again, this is going to be an item in our shop that we utilize to enhance some of our projects. This is not going to be an item that we use for bulk production of our products. I will tell you that starting with the negatives, it is a little slow, especially when cutting through thicker material. And the material that you cut through does tend to take on a char on the outside that requires cleanup. Most of the time, that's going to mean sanding. If you've been here before, you know sometimes I'm a little off. But let me just show you a couple quick things. I'm actually going to show you this process. But yeah, we're in Texas, so hook 'em, baby. But this was something that I etched into this cedar plank. We make some cedar picket bottle cap openers, and I etched this with the laser. This right here took about 4 minutes to etch this out. So this is in cedar. Now, if we were doing this in pine, it probably would have taken a little bit longer. And if it was in hardwood, it probably would have taken another couple minutes on top of that. I had something that I cut, and I apologize. I'll get to that shortly. But it does leave a char on the edge, and you'll see that when I show the cutting process, because at the end I show you guys exactly what it looks like after the material is cut. Negatives, honestly, other than the speed at which this operates and the way that it chars the edges, really, that's my only 2 complaints so far. on the positive side, there's a lot. So we use Mac. I don't have a PC, and I had zero issues getting the Mac to recognize and connect to this laser immediately. First thing it mentioned was it needed a firmware update. We got that knocked out extremely quick, and then it was time to get on to production. So I have a subscription to Lightburn because the previous laser that I had required Lightburn, and this XTOOL will work on Lightburn. However, the software that comes from XTOOL directly is extremely user friendly. It's one of the easiest things. And look, I'm a woodworker, I'm not a computer tech, I'm still learning this, but their software is extremely user friendly. It's really tough to mess it up. So some of the other things I like about the laser, again, I did get offered the riser system. So I have the ability to lower my tray, which is going to mean that I get to cut thicker material, etch into thicker material. Um, Also, my rotation assist device is going to be able to fit in here with the riser. Without the riser, you're not going to be able to use the rotation assist. So the laser itself is extremely nice, and a couple of things that are really beneficial is it has this self depth sensor on the side, meaning that when we put material in here, we don't have to manually adjust this laser's height. Now, some of the other lasers on the market require these depth gauge blocks. It's going to tell you how far to put the laser from your material for etching or for cutting. This has a self depth finding gauge on the side, which is extremely nice. What's also great about it is if you have curved material in here, you can plot it to go over. Let's say you wanted to etch somebody's name into a spoon for some reason.
Why would you do that?
It's going to be able to plot the curvature of that spoon and move the laser accordingly. Um, This also has air assist. Diode lasers stink. Everything that, well, probably CO2 do as well, but I don't have one, so I don't know. I can only speak to this. It stinks. And if you are cutting anything plastic based at all, you've got to wear a mask because it does produce some pretty nasty, probably toxic fumes, and the odor alone, you got to protect yourself from that. So, not going to spend a lot of time talking to you about the laser. There are loud trucks driving by right now. I'm sure you guys heard that. Sorry about that. It happens sometimes. But there are a ton of videos on YouTube. If you want to see all of the technical specs and all of the nerd stats for this laser, there's plenty of videos showing you that. I'm just simply going to show you a couple things today. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to etch what is called a test grid. That is going to tell us, it's going to give us different speed and different powers, and it's going to cut a square of each of those combinations. That is going to, never fails, sorry guys. That is going to give us an idea of how to set the laser when we want to do things like etching. So first thing we're going to do is cut a test grid, and then we are going to etch something, which this is what you're going to see the video of. And then we are going to cut out a very detailed snowflake Christmas ornament. I'll put on the screen each time we do this how long that process actually took in real time to give you an idea what it's going to take to get something like this done on your end. And then at the very end, I will give you a wrap up on what my thoughts are on how this thing works. So that's really all I've got for you. So let's get right after cutting and etching. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this test grid pattern. Now, you can find this grid pattern in the software if you just go up to the Projects tab and do a search for grid test. There's quite a few different ones out there. I just happen to grab this particular one, and it's got some preset settings for the speed and laser power. It's going to give us a really good variety going from high speed, low power to low speed, high power. So we're going to get a real good feel of how this is going to etch into this particular wood. Now, I am etching this into some pine because that's the main type of material we use out here in our shop. So this is going to give me a really good idea moving forward whenever I want to etch a logo or some wording, some text. into some pine, I'm going to be able to refer back to my test grid pattern here and know exactly what speed and power I want to get the depth we're looking for. So let's wrap up this test grid and we'll get on to etching an actual logo. So out in our shop, we do make some bottle cap openers, and we mostly make them out of cedar pickets or 1x6 pine for the back. We add a bottle opener at the top, a little box at the bottom to catch your caps, and most of the time we will etch a logo of some sort on there. And today we're going to etch a Texas Longhorn logo because, you know, hook 'em, we are in Texas, and big game this weekend, SEC championship, go Horns. But we are going to etch this thing based off of the test grid we saw. We're going to pick a depth and kind of a color that we saw on the etching of pine, and we're going to go down about 2 steps because cedar is a softer material, and you will notice that if you take something off of your pine test grid, it does not translate over equally onto different materials. I have used walnut on the back to etch. I have used poplar, and I have used pine and cedar, and every one of them requires a little bit of an adjustment to the speed and power. So something you'll have to play around with, get used to, but let's get this logo etched and I'll talk to you about the specs we use to get it done. All right, and finally, let's cut out this really detailed snowflake Christmas ornament. I wanted to do something like this to show you guys what this laser is capable of. We're using 1/4 inch MDF. I wanted to use a stable material just to see how this thing would get through this and how accurate it could be. And you'll see at the end, this thing is extremely precise. Some of the detail in this ornament is hard to believe that it's actually still there and staying together, but it is, and it looks great. You'll also notice that even though this is MDF, you are going to see the charring on the side where the laser is cutting through this material. I'm not going to sand and clean that up because I am going to spray paint these, and then my wife will wind up decorating them like we normally do here on the channel. So let's get this thing cut out, and then at the end I will show you the detail and how precise this thing is. All right, that's kind of it. I wanted to give you guys my initial impressions today. I am going to follow up with you in about 90 days. I want to give you a little bit more in-depth, in detail review of this product once we put it through its paces here in our shop. But today I just kind of wanted to introduce you to a new piece of equipment we have out in our shop, tell you my initial impressions, which honestly, 2 thumbs up. So far, so good. It is absolutely top-notch quality on every aspect of this particular laser. I'll follow up with you soon. That might change, might get better. We'll see. Stick around. 90 days from now, come back, let you know what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's it. Also, there will be a link down below if you're interested in anything at all that XTOOL has to offer. Click that link, get over to their website. It does benefit our channel financially, and any and all support that you guys can and are willing to offer us, we would gladly appreciate it. So, XTOOL S1, new addition to New Craft Workshop. Check back in a few months. I'm going to tell you what I think about this thing, show you some of the things that we do with it over the next few months. And that's all I got for you today, guys. As always, appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us, and we will catch you on YouTube.